Hey all, it's Rightplan here from Novagamer. We're finally back after a long break. So today is June the 3rd, so this is our first video since we had the long break. If you guys do remember, we made a castle for you guys, wanted you guys to test it out while we were gone, and then after that we would show you how it did. So there was a whole 7 days of onslaughts on this castle. I'll show you here at the top. So as you can see, I literally just got back and I played for like 5 minutes and then came back. So you can't see how many crowns it was, but it was a total of 120 crowns lost. So, I mean, that sounds pretty bad, but at the same time, like I said, if you don't attack castles, you will constantly eventually lose all your crowns. So that's why I went from 1,000 something down to 958 crowns now, well, plus this attack I just recently had. But anyways, so this castle did do well as long as I was continuing attacking castles to keep my crowns up, but since there was no sort of balance there, it just kept going down and down and down for every time I had a loss. But we'll go down through the castle wins and losses here and do the quick shoutouts here. There's something we're going to add to the end of each one of these videos, so if you want to check it out, you can. We're going to start doing a best attack of the week. Now, it's not going to be on every video, just one a week, so I'll go through all the attacks that we have on the castles for each one that we make, and if I make 2 castles in 1 week, we'll find the best attack for that castle. And I did get a comment that I talk kind of fast on one of our YouTube comments, so I'm trying my best to talk a little slower here, so hopefully this is a little better for you guys. But anyways, so we'll go down through here, and then once again, if you want to, we'll just say our goodbyes and everything, and then I'll show a short little clip at the end there of the person who attacked the castle the best since we were gone. So, as you can see, there was tons of losses at the top here, but we had 1 win. Now, if you go down, you can see nice castle, dude. Not as good, not as mine. Sir Anthoroth. Yeah, I did fight your castle. It was pretty good. And here's our old friend Naon here. He's changed his castle recently, so if anybody hasn't checked it out yet, I highly suggest check it out. I attacked it, and it was my first time attacking any castle in 7 days, so I was kind of out of practice. Made it to about halfway to the end, and then died because I did a lot of stupid mistakes. But anyways, I'll be working on getting my life force and everything back up and my crowns before the next video. I'm also going to probably tear apart this castle tonight, so there will be a new one. Good job again. Hope to check out your castle again. It's really good compared to the one you saw last. So anyways, check out his castle. He does some pretty good ones, and he also makes some videos on YouTube, I'm pretty sure, as well. So check those out. If you keep going down, you'll see that we got a couple more big wins, and another small win, 2 losses that were smaller. And this is where we kind of got like a winning streak. So it still was getting the winning streaks while I was gone. So the castle is still doing its job. He didn't really have much to say. 1 small win, then 1 small loss and 2 wins. So you can see I was still getting a lot of wins, but the problem is that I wasn't getting crowns for them. So Newcastle, nice, good job. Thank you very much, Mr. Rogers. And then we'll get another onslaught of losses. Like I said, you'll get an onslaught of wins, an onslaught of losses with any castle you build. The problem is if you don't do your attacks, you will keep going down. Nice castle, but your last 3 mobs are kind of useless. I'll show you guys that, and I do agree with them. I kind of threw this castle together last minute to get 1 more out for you guys before our break, so this one, I didn't put near as much time into this one as I normally do, but there's some good ideas in it you guys can take away. Let's have a pajama party. Okay, Priscilla. Hey, it's me, Antoine. Really good castle. So he's made some comments on our videos as well, so thank you very much. And then we got a bunch, that was 1 win, but once again, no crowns for that. And then a bunch more losses. But you can see I'm losing a lot of my crowns because people that were attacking me when I first left were people that were lower, so I wasn't getting many crowns. See, I'm still getting wins, but they're not very big wins. That's the problem. Once you're up over 1,000, you have to keep attacking, or your wins don't give you a lot of crowns, and your losses take a lot of crowns. So the higher in the crowns you are, the more you have to go and attack other people's castles to keep yours up, because if you get somebody who's like 800 crowns and they attack your castle and they win, they're going to get like 15 to 20 something crowns depending on how many stars they get, and then you're just going to lose big time. And then if you kill them, you're only going to get like 5 to 10 crowns tops. Good job. Pressed 1 instead of Q, that's why I died. Well, thanks for the 1 crown. Castle of Anarchy. Okay, so this is the guy I'm going to show you, but I'm not going to go into that. But thank you very much, Castleless. We did get your comment on this, and we did get your second comment. and we will be putting it up at the end of this video. So if people want to check out his epic win, then feel free to keep watching at the end. Nobody really commented a lot since we were gone because obviously I wasn't really commenting on other people's stuff. We got one more win here, another couple losses, a huge loss streak here. A nice castle that was sweet, but you can see a lot of the losses, they're still using a lot of potions. Great castle this time, and crack means that you were good at playing Mighty Quest for Epic Loot. So there you go. We know what crack means. Thank you very much, Sir Anthoroth. And then you can see I got some more wins. So I'm still having a kind of like on par wins and losses. Checking on your castles again sometime. Quit playing for a bit. So this is a week ago, so this is right when I changed the castle. You can see that I started getting some wins, but I normally would go back and tweak it, and I really didn't have the time to do that. Around here, when I started realizing I was getting a few losses, I would have tweaked some stuff in it, but I just let it go, see how it would do. Thank you very much, Master Shake. And that's his actual replay. But as you can see, I can't replay it right now, but don't worry, I did actually record a castle list before I left because I knew that it was probably going to be the best attack that we got. And I was right in the end. And then we get a bunch more wins. So right about here. Yeah, that's not. So this right here is pretty much where that one started. And so, as you can see, the castle did have a lot of losses, but it did have quite a few win streaks. But our crowns were just too high to make a huge difference there. So the total wins and losses to this were about on par, maybe a little tiny bit more losses, but since we weren't here, we just lost. But still a good castle, and we'll go over it now here. I have no epics to show you guys today because I haven't been making anything in the last 7 days. So as you can see, this castle, I'll stop on each part and then we'll explain each part. So this is the entrance. You come in. These two are just time-killing rooms, so we won't go over those. And then we'll go over these ones. So you can see we added a few more rooms this time, and I did my best to make a one that had absolutely no hamster wheel rooms. And if you guys remember what the hamster wheel room is the one that everybody seems to be doing now, which is this layout. Where is it? That room's not in here. But I can show you that room layout. In case you guys don't know the hamster wheel room, you can go check out. I'm pretty sure it's Castle Defense 5 or Castle Defense 6. We use the hamster wheel room. But it's this cross-chamber O2 room is what you make it with. And people have probably seen this room where you got hamster wheels going this way, hamster wheels going this way, or this way all the way through. And then you got your mines over here that are defended by a Defendertron on each side. So that's a common thing that's happening now. I try to sway away from it with this one. And as you can see, I still got quite a few kills with it. So I will be tweaking some of these traps because some of them are working out pretty good. So when you come to the first room here, so this one here will show you what each section is. So this one here is right down here. So the first section, oh, I passed it, is this one right here. So that's a linear tower O2. So that's this one. That's where you come in. So that's the top part. I have it swapped around. And I'll stop right here so you guys can see that layout right to this yellow line here. So if you go right to the yellow line, you'll see that pretty much it's kind of like a huge death trap here. We got cannons on each side here, cannons on each side here. So if you guys want to pause this video right now, you can see this layout, and I'll start discussing it now. And you can pause this at any time if you don't see some things. Now, once again, if this is your first time watching our videos, I highly suggest you at least put the power supplies where we put them, or you can move them a little bit in this room, but these ones here give you the best way of getting all this in. Same thing, you can change anything that we do, but this room here is where I got most of my kills. These two sections here. So they're the ones we'll go over the most, and the other ones are pretty easy to describe. But basically, you first come in, and if you don't go the time killer way, you come in this way, you're going to hit 6 of the hamster wheels. Now you want 6. 6 will give you just enough that you can put exactly that many cannons on this side. If you go one too far, then you're not going to be able to get another one in there, and if you go one too far this way, it's going to be more difficult to get these in because you're going to be squatting against the wall over here. So when you come in, I got 2 corrosion trap mines here. The reason why is because when people go in here and get knocked, the wheels normally knock them in this vicinity bleh, right here, and then they'll get hit, and then they continue to take that corrosion damage and when they go into this next room. Now, one thing I have been noticing that a lot of people who've been getting the wins are the same problem that this game still has, that we have discussed this on our other videos, is you don't have any type of way of stopping people from just running in here, grabbing all this stuff, and then running all the way back out here into this clear area and killing it all and then going back through again. So a lot of people were doing that, so I'm going to have to find out some ways to take this idea but stop people from bringing everything out. You want to try to find ways to keep people wanting to fight in here. I can say that most people, not all, because I know people are going to be saying, oh, I didn't do it, but most people who fight in this room died in this room. There was one or two, especially the video of the week, but that actually did fight in this room. Now, the video of the week did drag them out, but you'll see why he had to. He did stay in and fight for a little bit, but then he ran out. But once they're in here, it's pretty hard to kill all this stuff without taking a crap ton of damage. So once you go through this part here, you can set up traps here, the spring traps if you want. I went with the hamster wheels only because they're going to cause a constant issue of not just right here. There is one spring trap right here where my mouse is. That I have flinging out because you don't want them to fling in. I have it flinging out so that when they land here, all these cannons hit them every time they do it. Then you go through, and I only put 2 cannons in here just because there's so many monsters in here. I put one of the Defendotrons by each mine to make it so people have to fight in here even longer. And I put a hamster wheel right in the dead center just to mess things up a bit. But this is the layout here, and that room is connected to this one. Now, you can do this with any one. The reason why I chose this one, this room right here, which is right here, the Corner Bridge 01. The reason why I chose this one is because it was the best one to fit the hamster wheels in and still add a spring trap. And then I got a corrosion mine and a glue mine here, and I got a couple here. That makes it so that if they don't get hit by these ones, they'll get hit by these ones, and I made the springboard bounce this way so that people are forced to stay in this room in case they try to just run straight through. There's a better chance that it will bounce them back into this room again. It also lands them right here, which is right next to the hamster wheel, so they have a higher chance of getting whacked by that as well. And then I just put, the old gel wall up here just so people get slowed when they try to go through it, make it a little more difficult for them to dodge that spring trap while they're being attacked by everything. So this room here is a very good layout. This one has actually gotten us quite a few kills now. Once again, next castle I'm probably going to do something similar to this, or maybe use another room but do the same kind of idea, but try to make it so people don't want to run out as much, because that's the hardest part, is trying to keep people in the rooms that you design, because most of the time they're just going to run in and run out. Which I'm guilty for too, but hey, if it works right now and it gives you the best wins, I'm not, like, I don't say don't do that, because it's your best option if you're trying to beat a castle, so why not do it, since it's not breaking the game and it's exactly what the game designers are intending you to be able to do right now. If they didn't want you to do that, they would put that drawbridge up at the beginning or something, but they're adding barriers in soon if people haven't heard that, so the barriers might be able to give you a better way of keeping people in a room, at least for a couple extra seconds. I chose the Stairmasters in this area only because they do the area of effect that stays for a little while, so it makes it more difficult to dodge things in here. And then I added some stunners from the hunger bots, and of course you got, like I said, you always want dampeners, Defendotrons, and you always want dampener, Defendotrons, and if you can, throw in a couple smelly archers with the bear trap when you're in close quarters like this, because it makes it very difficult. So I thought these guys would be stacking, which they do, stack their AoE, which is the Omniminous Orb. They'll stack 4 or 5 of those on one spot. If you're staying there trying to fight one monster, they'll unload like 3 or 4 of those on you, and you'll be stuck with those too. So it's good for close quarters. Plus, they don't stand right next to you when they're attacking you. They tend to float away and shoot you, so it's harder to chase them down. Then you come through we've already gone through into the corner bridge. Now, once I got in here, you guys can, this is where, from this point on, is where you can really design this castle any way you want. But I would highly suggest this layout. You could use a different piece than this one. Also, you can use a different piece than this one. But to get this entrance and this craziness in such a small area, this is the only piece I found that was really beneficial for doing that. But I might take a look and see if, now that I have more time, I might be able to find a better suited one. And if I do, I'll put it in the castle and we'll have it in the next video. So right through here, I wanted to kind of save my creatures, so all I did was put a bunch of the bear traps from the smelly archers and one silencer or dampener, and then one stun here, so that when the people come down through here, if they try to dodge the bear traps, they're going to stand here for a second, try to figure out how to get past them, and then he'll whack them and stun them, which is just going to cause even more havoc for them to get hit by these 2 corrosion mines or this glue mine, which will make it even more difficult to get past the bear traps. And then I added a couple cannons in close by so that they'll hit them while they're sitting there trying to make their decision how to get past. Or if they're stunned, they'll get hit by them. I put in that. I just put this randomly in here, the spike trap. You guys don't have to put that in. You could put more creatures here, you could put more cannons here, but I just chose that because it's the least amount of defend points for pretty much the most amount of damage, because it's only 2. Then I made it like just a little annoying part here, just so that people don't take the stuff and just run straight through, so they have to actually stop and try to wait to get through this, or else they're going to get whacked by the hamster wheels, which will then make these guys come up behind them again. And then in hindsight, if I was going to change this right now after, but I didn't have a chance because we weren't here, I would have probably put something with sprint in here, so that while they were trying to do this, the sprinter would come in, knock them, and have them fall back down again to let these guys catch up. And then pretty much straight through that, I added a bunch of spike traps in a small corridor like this, and then I made this corner area that's kind of another death thing, because they can't fight this stuff easily without the cannon in them. The 1 corrosion mine here. You got a sprinter. He's gonna the Defendertron's gonna make it so it's harder to kill this mine. And then I've got a Stairmaster and a Dampener to make it even more difficult with 2 cannons going off. So there's a lot going on in such a small little corner. Now, if they decide to just attack this mine and let this stuff attack them and then just run straight through, they'll make it into the next small room here, which this Defendertron, I really just put him there. I really don't see the point in having him there. I would actually change that now, but once again, we didn't have the chance this time, because I would have tweaked all this, but we didn't have the chance to. But we pretty much got a smelly archer in all 3 areas of the people. So if they'll come this way, if they come this way, or if they try to make this corner, they'll get hit by bear traps. Then I got a stunner from the hunger bot to try to stop them from running straight through here. Especially if they get hit by a spike trap, they'll stop for a second, then get stunned. And then to make it a little more damaging, I added another sprinter and a dampener back here so he doesn't get killed easily. And this is all around this mine, so they have to go through a lot to try to kill this mine. I did notice that the second most kills I got were in this little area. Added some hamster wheels in just to make it more difficult to once again just to run straight through, so they have to come in here, kill this mine, and plan how to get through this without getting knocked down, because then all this stuff would come back in at them. And then the rest of this, I pretty much, like I said, I was in a rush to finish this because I wanted to get one more out for you guys. So all I did was from this yellow line and then this whole section, and if you go up here, you'll see it's right here. The cross hall 06 is what I used for this whole section right here. Now I just added a bunch of spike traps in, put a Defendertron next to a bunch of the mines all around here, and then I put 2 of the bear trap smelly archers right by this mine up here. The reason why I did this is for 2 reasons. Number 1 is I kind of didn't have the time to realize it, because I normally plan this better, that if you put the entrance here and then use exactly this layout, you have to make it so that this doesn't sit right there. Because the problem is that I can't put the entrance here, I can't put the end here, forcing them to go all the way through this. And I can't put the end here because I put the start here. So, I mean, you could move the start, use a different piece here, and put the start here, but now you still have the problem where people are still not going to be able to, they still don't have to kill this mine if they don't want to, if they want to just run straight through. Because this one is going to be blocked by these pieces. So you still can't put your end here. So that was a huge issue I noticed at the very end, and I really didn't have the time to change it all around. So in hindsight, you guys might want to not use this piece and make something that goes this direction so that you can have a better ending. This piece, the cross hall 06, if you put this piece here, there is no way to move this cross hall 06 so that you're forcing them to go through the whole cross hall and then come to the exit, because it'll always end up like this. So there's some things you guys could do, but one thing, like, you could take this piece and put it in between here and then extend this out further, or extend it this way further, That way, then you could use this whole cross hall. But then the problem is that you have a whole extra room in the middle to fill up. One thing you guys want to stop trying to do, one thing you guys want to stop doing, if you are doing it, is stop making it so that there is gaps, like big empty spaces like this, in between your rooms. You want to make it so people are constantly struggling to get through. If you leave an empty gap like this, all they're going to do is pull everything into there, kill it all, and continue on through your castle. So if I put an extra blank room in here, they would just grab all this, get to here, kill it in the blank room, go through my last room that has traps and monsters, and then go to the exit. So it makes it even easier. You want to have a constant stream of attacks the whole way through, so it makes it difficult the whole way. But that's pretty much this castle. So I'll do a quick run through here to show you guys what it's like. I might die because I am kind of 7 days out of practice here, but we'll give it a shot. Yes, I will validate this because it hasn't even... I'm surprised it even has the validation saved after all these days.
Shouldn't be a problem.
It has been so long, I can't even remember which direction is the time killing. I believe it's that way, so this way must be the... Yeah, there we go. So as you can see, there's a lot of cannon damage that will be going on here if we went through the center. I'm just going to purposely get hit by it just so you guys can see how much damage it does. So you can see how fast I'm dropping. I'm going to just purposely die just to show you how good that trap it works.
It's not good.
And now we'll show you how easy it is to get past it. The way I have it set up, it's not super easy to get past it without taking any damage at all, so that's why I like it. And that's why I'm probably going to continue using that castle just to try to sway away from the hamster trap rooms. I know this has a lot of hamster traps on it, but just to get it away from that same room everybody has. So you can run straight through like that, but you'll still get hit. As you can see, putting the Defendertrons in here still makes it really difficult to kill this one. Alright. So here's the next trap room. Now the problem is, since I didn't kill those other monsters, these guys are going to run and not work properly, as you see. So there's one hint for you guys. If you guys keep pulling monsters, the next time you go into a monster room, you'll get past the amount that the maximum amount that are allowed to attack you, which I believe is 28 monster units at a time are allowed to attack you. And so the problem with that is that then all the monsters, like these guys, will just run from you instead of staying there. So as you can see, this does have the potential to do a lot of damage, but I didn't have the time to properly prepare it. If I put different monsters in, this probably would have been a lot more difficult.
That gets the spot.
And then you just come up to here, shoot this one, shoot this one, and because I got all these monsters still following me, the bear traps aren't going to drop right away.
That's more like it. Not doing so good over here.
I'm probably going to die right here. Yeah. So you have it. That's what happens when you try to rush straight through it. As you see, I almost made it. I would have gone in there and just volleyed, but not bad for one attempt on something I haven't done in 7 days. But there you go. That was pretty much the whole castle. So one thing that is beneficial that I noticed is putting this room in the way I did forced it so people thought they were at the end. Now, if they didn't beat my timer and they didn't go back and kill these two mines, then they would only get 1 star. So I did save some crowns there. But if most people actually realized that and they just went this way and would kill these two, which were still easy to get to and kill. But as you can see, is somebody, like if I would have skipped these completely and just ran straight through here, I still would have been 1 potion up and would have just killed everything in this room and would have left and still would have maybe beat the timer and would have definitely gotten 1 star at least. So it does have its benefits that you'll get, most people won't go back and kill these last 2 mines, but you're still getting crowns taken away from you, just not as much. But that is pretty much this castle. The thing I would take away from this is I definitely would, if you guys weren't doing this, I like this setup right here, and I like this setup right here. I'm pretty sure I didn't stop at these ones, so I'll stop here so you guys can just see how that's laid out. You can pause it here if you want. I'm just going to stop for a couple seconds at each. So here's the next room. So once again, the rooms are the yellow lines going around, and so you'll know that after this point, if you don't put the same next piece on, you'll have to figure out another one if you want a small little fighting area like this. And then here's the last major piece. I did go over the names of each one of them, so except for this one, I'll show you that guys really quick. That one, for those of you who haven't seen it before or used it before, is right here, the corner tower 01. So there you go. So that's all the pieces to it. That's the layouts that we have. You guys can go back and pause at any point you want if you want to see those layouts. And you saw me running through, so you could actually see where I was taking the most damage, like here and here. And then you can see how you can improve those. A lot of them could have a lot of improvements just by having more creatures. Now, if I didn't pull all these guys straight through, these guys would have dropped their bear traps. But the problem, because if you see they're 28 out of 28, and everything in here is either 25 or less, or 28. So they all have their own sections, but the problem is I pulled all this and ran through, so once I did, the game says, oh, you have more than 28, so these guys will just run and wait until it's their turn to attack. But if people stayed and killed all this stuff, or dragged all this all the way out and killed it and ran back through, then these guys actually will drop the bear traps, which does make this difficult to run through. So what I'll do is actually I'll just run this one more time real fast, and I'll actually drag that stuff out, kill it, and then go back in just to show you what it looks like when they do drop their bear traps, because it is a good trap. I didn't get as many kills with that one as I did with the other two rooms, but I did get, I believe, 2 kills with that one. There you go, that's the spring trap working.
Catch my breath.
Ah, I didn't hit the heal potion fast enough. Everybody's allowed one mistake. If I make another mistake, then everybody's allowed to.
Hope you don't mind a little friendly visit.
I am out of practice once again. I only did like 2 fights and then started this for you guys, so I apologize if I seem to be playing a little stupider than normal. Alright. Come on, close. There you go. Volley, volley. There we go.
That'll do the trick.
So now you can see this room is way easier when everything's out of it. And then this is what will happen. We'll go through here. Oh, I don't want to get by that spring trap. But now you can see they actually do line the whole outside of this with bear traps and then the corrosion mines. And these keep pushing you down if you don't make the decision quick enough. So as you can see, that trap does actually work quite well when you don't have an onslaught of monsters following you from behind. So there you have it. There is our first video after 7 days. I hope you guys enjoyed your break, because we did. I'm not sure if you guys were on break, but I'm just assuming. But anyways, so stick around after this video, and we're going to have a little clip of the other attack that we had done. I'm not going to make any comments or anything like that on it, because we are going to be doing another set of videos coming out soon. So if you guys are interested in those, let us know in the comments below. But we are thinking of starting some castle attack videos so that we can attack people's castles, and you can see if we attacked yours, and then we can, you know, as I'm going through it, or at the end of every castle, I can kind of give you guys a couple pointers, or say what I thought was great about the castle, or what, you know, was super easy. Obviously, if I beat a castle with 3 stars, then I will have more to say than if I only beat a castle with 1 star or die in it. And anyways, so we're gonna start. We're thinking of starting some castle attack videos. So let us know in the comments below if you guys think that you're all for some castle attack videos from us. We won't stop the castle defense videos, so don't worry. But if you want to see us do some extra ones too on castle attacks, just let us know, and we'll get that done for you. So what we're going to do now is we're going to let you... Oh, we're going to take off, and we're going to show you a video. I'm going to just show you who it was. I already said his name, but I'm just going to go back to it again. 1 second here. Cassilus. So Cassilus had the best attack on this exact castle. So we'll replay that video for you guys right now after this. So hope you guys enjoy it. He did a great attack. We did fast forward through some of it just to make it a little quicker for you guys, but you can get the gist of how well he did, and you'll see why it's so good. But anyways, that's it for now. I hope you guys enjoy his attack video, and we will get those out for you as well. And yeah, subscribe above to see our next video. Comment below on anything you want to see us change or anything you want to see us add to these. And yeah, so as always, happy gaming.
Let's go to work. Lie down. Ah, goes down nicely. Time for a tactical retreat. I should make more room in my inventory. I need to stay light. Can't carry any more. Step out of the line of fire. Ah, goes down nicely. Give me a second, would you? Just try to stop me. That's not going to work. That loot's gonna stay where it is. Good loot behind, but I can't carry any more. Gotta lighten that load. I hate to leave good loot behind. I can't carry it.